Hello, I'm Trish, and in today's video, I'm going to explain why you keep going back to the old. It's really frustrating, don't you find, that, whatever challenges come up in life, we find ourselves going back to the same old reaction, back to the same old way out of it, back to the same solutions. And the trouble with that is the same will always bring us the same. What's that saying? If you keep doing the same, you'll keep getting the same results. And this is true, especially when you're going through challenges in life, whatever that may be. I call them the tower moments, when something happens really unexpectedly out of the blue and it can really set you back, like losing a job, a relationship ending, something happening in your environment, losing your home. These are really big tower moments. And when you're there in the moment, it's scary. It can be really fearful and scary. And immediately we go into autopilot of, oh, okay, what did we do before to solve this? Let's do that again. The trouble is that doesn't always work. Mostly it doesn't. It may feel like you've gotten through that situation again, but because it's the same thinking or the same mentality that's getting you through it, usually it will happen again, right? I kind of feel like years and years and years ago, I felt very much in victim mode when these things in life would happen to me. Now I feel that it's a real blessing from my guides and from the universe to really put up that stop sign and say, you're going the wrong way. And I navigate through it a lot differently than I would have a decade ago. But it's not easy in the moment. And, when something does happen, of course, you still need to feel the emotions, however long that takes. Something happened for me recently, and I say for me recently, and I was grieving about it and was quite emotional about it for a good 12 hours. So pretty much the rest of the day and that night, which is unusual for me. But, you've got to feel into it and you've got to allow that grieving process to happen if you're losing something. But then the next day, I woke up feeling a lot lighter and I decided to navigate it differently, right? Because it's always a choice. It's always a choice. But why do we stay in the old choices? Why do we stay in the old ways? So, every second of the day, every second we are awake, we are absorbing billions of bits of information. Billions. Every second. But all we take in as a human is about 2,000 bits of information. Now, those 2,000 bits are designed to kind of keep your ego happy. Now, why is your ego wanting to be happy? Because your ego has been there with the stories that you've created, and your ego is there to keep you safe. So out of all these billions of bits of information, including ideas that come in, inspiration, your ego is doing its job by keeping you safe and only feeding you the bits of information that are going to keep you safe. That's its job. So we don't want to get cross at the ego. We don't want to get angry, because we are the ones that trained the ego to keep us safe through all the old stories, through all of the experiences, through what we've told ourselves. And because of that, when we go to navigate a situation, we will stick to what's safe, which is the old. So we keep on regurgitating the old, we keep on doing it, and we may feel like we've got through that situation, but it will happen again. It's like if you've ever been or ever known somebody, or maybe this is you as well, that you've been in a bad relationship where it's been hurtful or disrespectful or, you know, even abusive for some people, and yet you keep attracting that in every time. These are the 2,000 bits of information that are keeping you safe because of the stories that you've told, right? This is your ego doing what it's been told. So to move forward and navigate these tower moments in your life differently, you need different bits of information. And when you step out of those safe old ways and decide to step into some new, more nurturing and more creative ways of living, there'll be tension, there'll be a conflict. And that's why it's so easy just to go back to the old, right? Because the fear comes up. It's like, oh, I can't do something new. And you go back to the old. But it's a conscious choice. It's a conscious decision, and you can do it. So what I was navigating last week, I made a conscious choice to behave differently, to think differently, to act differently. And there are moments where I want to just step back to the old, but I'm not going to. And I allow that tension to kind of drive me a little bit. It's like, no, I'm going to create the next chapter with this new bits of information. I'm going to allow new inspiration to come. I'm going to allow new thoughts. I'm going to allow new ways of feeling, being, and taking action. I'm going to allow that in. Thank you, ego, for keeping me safe, for obeying what I have told you to do all of these years, but I'm now choosing this way. But thank you, but I'm now choosing this. And, you know, this is a conversation in your head that you may have to have quite a bit in the beginning, because the conflict of going from the old place of safety to something unknown, it can be scary. That's why so many people stay in the safe, not in the unknown. But it's in the unknown that the magic happens. It's in the unknown that the new will come in. And you can then change that safety zone, instruct your ego about a new way of being, and that situation that perhaps you're just navigating out of won't happen that way again, because you're different. So what are you navigating in life right now? And ask yourself this: are you trying to solve the problem the same way? Or are you willing now, are you at a point now in your evolution where you're being called to solve it from a new perspective? And you'll know if you're watching this, you're probably ready for a new perspective. So I want you just to ask yourself that today, if you are going through something, and if you are, then be kind to yourself. Thank you. Thank you to me. Thank you, ego. Thank you to all my old stories for keeping me safe. But I'm now choosing to be inspired by new ideas. I'm willing to I'm willing to free fall. I'm willing to free fall into the unknown. Even though you're trying to keep me safe, I'm willing to free fall into the unknown. And I can tell you this, the unknown only stays unknown until you're in it. Then it's not unknown. And then it's like, a new way of being. So I hope that has helped today. If you need support, I'm here. All of my links are in the description. I can fully support you wherever you are at. And just know that it's all going to be okay. You are deserving and you are worthy and you are enough to change your life. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.